Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets. Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer kicking off a 50-cent pick 5 at Tampa Bay Downs on Saturday. It's the Grade 2 Hillsborough Stakes. Fillies and Mares going 1 1/8 on the turf. Let's take a look at the field for race number 7. And your morning line favorite is the number 5 Bleecker Street, undefeated from 4 lifetime starts. But Chad Brown, the trainer, is starting to make noises that he might not want to run her on an off-turf course, and there is a forecast for rain on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of feel like she's just a horse to beat in here, Dan, if they decide to run her back. Undefeated at this point, just handled 3 of these same rivals in the Endeavor last time. I mean, listen, if she runs here, she's the horse to beat, but it sounds like she may not run.
If she doesn't run, Lady Spitespear, the second choice, likely will be the favorite, and she likes to be forwardly placed, as we see from the Timeform US pace projector. Nantucket Red, the 9, I think they're going to try to let her be a lot more forward than she was last time when breaking from the rail and kind of just held up in behind horses. But Lady Spitespear's Rate of Bull, she'll be right there probably when they turn for home.
Yeah, she'll either be on the lead or sitting right off of Nantucket Red in here. It does feel like that's probably the way this pace plays out. If it does play out that way, advantage to Lady Spitespear, I guess.
A Deep Closer is the number 1, Lovely Lucky. She's going to be so far back, according to Timeform US, you don't even see her chicklet after a half mile. And maybe that's because she's done her best running at longer distances. This is going to be her first start since November. Now, she has won at shorter distances in the past, but she really blossomed when they stretched her out. Do you think this is just sort of a prep run, or do you think 1 1/8 is within her scope?
I think 1 1/8 is a good distance for her, just as compared to a lot of the other horses in this field, Dan. She's probably better going longer than that even, but the 1 1/8 works better for her than I think it does a lot of the other horses in here. As you've mentioned, she has one going a mile. She's not, I get that, she's not a speed horse. She's not going to be as far back, I don't think, as the pace projector thinks. She is exiting a lot of slow paced races, but she's a tactical kind of horse. She doesn't get outrun in her races.
And she won the last time she received Lasix. That was 4 starts back. And she's been in against good fields. Last time out in that Segura, the third place finisher came back to run second in the Grade 3 Long Island. 96 Buyer speed figure. Take Charge Row is the number 2. And Take Charge Row is stepping up into the stakes ranks for the first time. But she looked good in her most recent start. A synthetic victory at Gulfstream. Let's watch that race on January the 21st. And I like the way she finished this off. She's really striding out well at the end. The race does come back slow, though. A 76. She overcame a little bit of a bumping incident from a tired horse. She's going to have to improve, obviously. I guess she's lightly raced enough that she can take a step forward.
Yeah, I think she probably can. She did, improve a little bit early last year on the turf. And I really liked her maiden win at Gulfstream last January. I thought she ran really well that day to just get up. And, she improved a little bit after that. I think there's still forward to go for this horse. And again, it's not like this is the toughest field in the world. At a price, I can see using her somewhere.
Lady Spitespear, the number 3. Distance is probably the biggest question for this filly, who won her first 4 starts, and then she was beaten in the Tropical Park Oaks, a race in which she kind of just jumped the gate tire tracks going past the stands the first time. Her lead changes were very awkward. She just looked weird in that race, and she still tried hard and got beat 3/4 of a length. Last time out in the Endeavor, she was the favorite, and she had a clear lead turning into the stretch, and Bleecker Street just ran right by her like she was tied to the 16th pole. No excuses for Lady Spitespear, but if Bleecker Street doesn't run, she obviously has a better chance.
Yeah, I guess she becomes the horse to beat. I would never take her back over Bleecker Street based off of the Endeavor last time. But if that horse doesn't run, I guess that changes things. I'm very concerned about 9 furlongs for this horse, Dan. To me, anyway, the best race she's ever run is the Best Arabian. That was going 7 on a totally different surface. I don't think stretching out to 9 furlongs helps this horse at all.
Gladys is bred to get 9 furlongs, and she's already succeeded at 1 1/16. Let's watch her last race. And now there's a 100 then, where she just got a great ride from Daniel Centeno. They made the lead, and they backed down the fractions, and then this horse did the rest, striding out to win over a weak field in the last 1/8 of a mile. Distance is fine. Tactical speed is fine, but this is a big step up from a class standpoint.
Yeah, and it feels like she's probably not going to make the early lead in there. If she does, She's going to have to deal with Lady Spitespear in here. So those things are all probably negatives for her. She won easily last time when she got loose. The horse that ran second to her, Giggle Factory, that's a New York horse. She's, like a 30 claimer. This is a huge step up in class.
Bleecker Street, 4 for 4, the deserving favorite if she runs in this race. Let's watch her start in the Grade 3 Endeavor. This also features Lady Spitespear. Lady Spitespear turns for home, is going to eventually grab the lead and gets clear. And Bleecker Street, who is in behind horses, racing on her left lead, just chugs her down. This is a very good performance, but Chad seems very reluctant to run her on off turf.
Yeah, it seems like we might not see her. If we do, she's going to be tough to beat, I think. Once she got that split there in mid-stretch and saw some daylight, she just, powered her over the top of that field. If she runs back in here and runs a race like that, she's going to be hard to beat.
If you think distance is the great equalizer in this race, maybe the uncoupled stablemate of Bleecker Street, Rocky Sky, is where you're supposed to go, because she's a stakes winner going 1.25 miles overseas, and she only had one start in North America where she was bet hard in the Saratoga Oaks. And I wonder if just something happened to her that day. She didn't have the greatest trip, kind of wide all the way around the track, and she was in against a very tough field.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I watched the Saratoga Oaks back then. I mean, not only was it just a super slow pace once again with Cone Lima just sort of walking on the front end. I'm not sure what I read Ortiz's plan was in that race, but it didn't seem like his plan was to get this horse involved in the running. He kept her very wide around the track. He did not try to make a move as they were just walking up the backstretch. She just sat on the outside, and then she came up empty in the stretch. I'm perfectly willing to give her another chance off of that race, Dan. The only time they ran her on turf over in Ireland, she was good that day. She was right up on the pace. She took on an early challenge in there, raced that horse off, and stayed on to the end. I'm very happy to give her another chance, especially over this distance against this field.
This looks like a reboot, and you're right, Mike. She's certainly getting class relief. The runner-up from the last race came back to run second in the Jockey Club Oaks with a 92 buyer and third in the Sandpoints with an 89. First time against older horses. Probably a class drop for the 6 Rocky Sky. The 7 is Runaway Rumor, and this is just a very likable New York bred who ran in the Winter Memories last time out, going 1 mile and a 16th. I wonder if she really cared for the wet track that day. I was a little disappointed in the way she ran, because she's usually so consistent that she's closer at the finish. She's the kind of horse, though, that has run well on off footing in the past, and maybe Lasix on helps.
Yeah, I think all those things could be true. I mean, she actually did a lot of racing last year too, Dan. So by the time they got to the Winter Memories, she flattened out a little late in that race. All in all, I didn't think it was a terrible performance. And again, it was another one of those typical New York turf races where, you have no idea who's going to make the lead. Whoever makes the lead wires the field. In that instance, it was Plum Ali, who had been a closer up until that point. I don't know. This filly, to me, could easily win this race. She was a good horse last year.
And one of the also-rans from the Winter Memories has already come back and won a stake. The 7th place finisher won the Tropical Park Oaks with a 94 buyer. Jezebel's Kitten's the number 8, and Jezebel's Kitten 2 starts back, I thought, just had a perfect trip and no excuse in an optional claiming race. They put blinkers on in her most recent start in the Endeavor, and she ran better than I thought. She was only beaten 3 lengths. We showed the stretch drive with Lady Spitespear and Bleecker Street. I do think she needs to take a step forward.
Yeah, I just feel like she's hard to take back in this race. They tried, I guess, something a little different last time and took her back to last. But she got a really nice in-out run to the stretch there, and she was clear, and she just wasn't good enough to really take advantage of it.
Nantucket Red went gate to wire in a stakes race on dirt at Tampa Bay 2 starts back, and then they just didn't use her speed last time out in the Endeavor. And I think this time around, they have to use her speed. It's really her only chance to win, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they got to go this time and just see what happens. I still don't like her chances, even if she makes the lead in here, Dan, but I think they got to ride her that way.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Hillsborough. A good field of horses. Rocky Saez for Chad Brown. Kind of the reboot again. First start of the year. And I think she's just found the right spot here. I'm curious to see where she'll be in the early portion of this race, because I think she actually showed enough tactical speed in that one start that she isn't the typical European one-run closer.
Yeah, I wonder about that too. We'll see if she can get it close to the pace in here. I don't know, Dan. I felt like this was a great spot for her. I don't really love Lady Spitespear at a short price going this distance. I know that she can win. I just kind of wanted other horses, and I'm hoping that this horse can fire off the layoff.
I'm expecting Bleecker Street to scratch. And while I do have some of the same questions you have about Lady Spitespear, I don't have questions about her overall quality and the fact that she'll likely be in front turning into the stretch. 3-5-7-6 for me, 6-5-3-7 for Mike. It's the Hillsborough on a fantastic Tampa Bay Derby Saturday card at Tampa Bay Downs. Good luck.